Good to be back. I read an interesting article this weekend, and this was all about how can leaders drive sales. It's a great article in the Harvard Business Review, and it talked about 5 kinds of leaders. The first leader is the sort of hands-off leader who doesn't care. Sales is not for me. It's for the salespeople. Right? The other kind of leader is what they call as a loose cannon, right? And this is the person, and the metaphor that they use is like a seagull. They just sweep in, create a lot of noise, leave a mess behind for everybody else to clean up. And of course, there is this social visitor who comes in, has polite conversations, and they disappear. And of course, there are deal makers who come in specifically to swing deals. And lastly, these are the growth advocates who actually lay out and contribute to the roadmap of the relationship. Now, if you're watching this video and you are a sales leader or you are a CEO wanting to go out and meet customers, I wanted to extend what is in this article to look at what specific outcomes should you get out of your meeting, which tells you that this has been a very useful meeting. In fact, there are 5 things that you could look at when you go ahead and meet the customer. The first thing as the CEO, when you meet your counterpart, is to look at, do they have other people in the room for your meeting? Which means, has your reputation preceded you? Are they looking at people who are on their leadership team or on their slate, waiting to go ahead and receive you and ensure they have a conversation with you? That's one. The second element is assessing the level of trust you have built in the initial conversation, where your counterpart is actually sharing some of their problems, their challenges, their vulnerabilities, which really lets you know that there is a foundation of trust in your conversation. The third element that you could look at is to find out whether that CEO or their leadership team is actually taking some actions as a result of your meeting with them to say, hey, this has been valuable. These are some of the things we are going to do, or commitments that come out as a result of your meeting. The fourth element is actually them asking you to meet their board, which means they are taking you upstairs in a way. This could be an invitation for you to present at the board, or an invitation to share a point of view. And lastly, at the end of the meeting, is the CEO or the counterpart telling you that this has been a wonderful spend of their time, possibly even saying that this has been the best meeting they have had in the last few weeks. So while it's great to have a CEO to CEO conversation, it is the small little nuances or a checklist that you could use to find out if your CEO is having a great conversation, a meaningful, constructive, productive conversation with their counterpart. Good luck. As the CEO, you have a responsibility to grow sales, and hopefully this video helps you to grow it even more.